Hello and welcome to Interstellar News. I'm your host today, G-Rod, and today I'm bringing you guys the hit album Space Jam by the artist himself, Gatsby.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey,
thank you
what's
for
up,
having
bro?
me, man.
Appreciate you for pulling up, bro. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Gatsby. Just want to thank you guys for having me. I'm really excited and kind of nervous being here, but this is my first time doing this, so I'm really excited to talk about this album.
Let's go. Hey, yeah. So it's honestly gonna be a vibe, bro. So like with this album, you just dropped it in October. So my initial thought and what everybody wants to know is like, what was your creative process and what was your thoughts in creating the vibe and the energy towards this whole entire album?
Yeah, so honestly, that's a really good question, man. A lot of people don't know this, but Space Jams is actually a breakup album.
Damn, that's crazy. Like how long was your relationship, bro? Like what was going on and everything?
When I was first producing Space Jam, I just wanted it to be like a club album, like something. I just wanted my first thought for Space Jam. It was just supposed to be like a turn up album. Like, okay, Gatsby can actually make some turn up stuff besides just making all this random like music. Like I do bass house, tech house, line house. I feel like
You
my
do a whole
flow,
bunch of it if I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
mistaken.
my flow's kind of everywhere. So I at first I wanted people to know I can make good music, fun music. So that's why I made it sound like a club album. But throughout the process and me writing a story to it, it became a breakup album because during that time when I was making Space Jams, I was actually going through a breakup.
Okay, so it was just the whole process. It was just happened in the moment, and while you're making the album, you were going through that breakup, and that's kind of how you kind of based off the songs in that moment, and then the future songs to come along. Right?
Exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
that's cool. So like when we dive into this deeper, so we come to your first hit song, the intro song. It's honestly just like a little clip we have. Welcome to Space Jam. It's a scene.
Yeah.
So with that scene, how did you want to start it, and how did you want to flow and keep going to the next track after that?
Wow, man, that's another great question. Well, the whole story and lore behind Space Jams, including that first scene from beginning to end, when you go into any club, that's the name of the club, Space Jam. So that's why I called the album Space Jams.
Yeah.
So that's the first scene you get introduced to. It's a scene because when you go to a club, you get welcomed.
Yes, you do.
So like, hey, welcome to Space Jams, welcome to Mezcal,
Oh, okay,
welcome to like
yeah.
any club.
Yeah,
so
that's fire.
that was the initial process with that song, and then the second song.
Yeah, so your second song we actually have Lunar Funk.
Yeah.
So I want to, in my opinion, I would say Lunar Funk is kind of that intro of you're walking into the club.
Exactly.
You hear the songs and you hear the music and the vibe and the energy, and you kind of you just flow it out very well. And for that second song, Lunar Funk, like how did you decide to play that as an up vibe and then kind of bring it to your next track, Sola, featuring Andre?
Okay, so dude, these are great. I'm having a great time. I just want to appreciate everyone real quick for inviting me, of course. But
Appreciate you for coming.
For Lunar Funk, it's literally what you said. It is that intro song. When you go into a club, there's always a great song that is playing. Like no matter what, no, everyone comes in with good vibes, cool vibes, and they're just enjoying their time. So that's what I wanted Lunar Funk to be. So Lunar Funk, when you play it, it sounds like two different songs.
Yeah, it does.
So in my head, when you're walking in, you get that vibe going. And the reason why I make it sound like the song switches is because when DJs DJ, they usually mix out or mix in another song.
Okay, yeah.
So what that song is supposed to be is two songs being mixed. So that's like the vibe of Lunar Funk. It gave two different vibes because that's exactly how I wanted it. The first one, like walking in, like, oh shit, this is cool. And then the second part, like, oh shit, the DJ just mixed. This is cool.
It up, yeah.
And then going into Sola, that song, every time I go to a club, no matter what, like obviously we hear like throwback songs, we hear EDM songs. You will not go to a club and not hear any Latin songs being played.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You're either hearing
crazy.
Raul, you're hearing Bad Bunny, you're hearing reggaeton. Like you're always gonna get that Latin space in the club. Okay. Like you'll never miss that out. So
I have a question. Sorry, I don't mean to
no,
cut you
yeah,
off,
of course.
The artist Andre. So who is Andre to you, and how are you guys?
Oh man, Andre's like one of my best friends, man. Like it was so great having him on this track. I don't think I could have put this track together without him because he's from Guatemala, you know. So I would like to say I'm a no sabo. Unfortunately, I'm a no sabo. I don't know that much Spanish. I know a little bit, so I had to go to the best Latin king that I know. Like
Lion King is crazy, Chad. You hear him?
Yeah, but I feel like when it comes to Latin house music, he's really great. He has that flow, and he just knows what he's doing. So I asked him for help with that one. I asked him to like look over, and then we obviously threw him on. Like I feel like Sola wouldn't be Sola without Andre and without like that sound he carries. So when we were making that song together, it was just fantastic, man.
That's
It was
right.
just
So
fantastic.
we have that vibe of sola going into like reggaeton and all those type of artists. So when you
Yeah.
go from there to bounce, how do you kind of bring that transition from that kind of vibe to the next vibe of bounce?
So obviously it was like a huge transition, you know. Like of course you hear Latin, you hear Soul, it's a Latin song, and then you hear bounce, and you're like, what the fuck's
Yeah,
the
yeah, it's
correlation to
different
that?
translation.
So doing that, like I just wanted to switch because that's how sometimes DJ are. They switch up the vibe to whatever it can be, and with bounce, I would like to say it's literally what it is. It's bounce. It's an ass shaking song that people want to get out of their heads and into their body. So that's what I
Hey,
was
okay. So
thinking
it's like a
about
little.
bounce.
You just think of it as like a groove, turning up the vibe, getting everybody
Exactly,
going. That's right.
exactly. So like,
Okay.
everyone just having a good time, girls shaking ass, guys having good times with their friends.
Yeah,
It's
one
just
got it.
bouncing. The whole club
Whole
is
vibe.
literally bouncing.
Bouncing.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
that's
how
fire.
I
I
came up
like
with
that, man.
bounce.
That's honestly like when you're going out to these clubs and you're going out partying with your friends and doing everything like that, you want to hear the vibe that gets everybody going. And you're gonna
Yeah,
say this is the one right here?
yeah. I honestly
100%. That's
like.
fire.
I feel like this song was very underrated. At first, I actually really didn't like bounce. I didn't like bounce,
So
but
why didn't you like bounce? What was the flaws of bounce that you did not like?
everyone, not everyone was telling me that they loved the song, and I was like, really? Like this song? Bounce came out a while ago, and I feel like I didn't give it enough credit. I don't really play it in the clubs as much as I should have,
Okay.
because Bounce is not only just like a house song; it's a bass house song, you know. And like I
Yeah.
feel like,
Different vibes,
yeah,
different
different
energies.
vibe.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I want to embody that because that's what I usually play, like bass house, night bass, line house, or tech house, whatever the vibe may be. So I was like, you know what? Like, let me give this song more credit it deserves, and let me throw it on the album, and it just fit in perfectly. It
That's
just
so
fit
great.
in.
That's fire. So I know we have bounce, but this actually brings up our next song, which is actually one of my personal favorites, where we have tints. So on this song, I believe that you actually hopped on it over your own
Yeah,
because you
I
produced
did. I
yourself.
did.
On some like this is like new, so I'm like, how did you? What was your creative process behind this song and actually hopping on the track yourself with your lyrics?
This is actually the first time I've ever did auto tune. You know, like listening to your music, listening to other people's music with auto tune.
Yeah,
I've always loved that. I just never done that before. It was new to me. So obviously, I was
different,
kind of
hundred
like
percent.
skeptical. Like I was like, I don't know if this can work. But I wanted to test the waters. You know, I took that risk. And my big inspiration behind that song, Frank Ocean actually released a song with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
It's not on officially on Apple Music. It's on SoundCloud. Lens was probably like, so it's so gas, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that Travis Scott was on that song with him. So like I took the part out of there, like cameras on me, I need tints.
Okay.
And the
That's
reason
fire.
why
I
I
like
called
that.
it tints, because no matter what, no matter where you're at, club, afters, what's the one thing you always have on you? What do you put on?
Oh, they were sunglasses.
Exactly. So instead of calling it lens, I called it tints, because when
It's like a car. You put them fresh tints
you
on
put
the
them tints on,
car.
you put your
Yeah.
glasses on. Like
Uh
people
huh.
have different ways. They say sunglasses, they say glasses, they say shades. I feel like this was a new term for me. So like I call them tints. I don't call my sunglasses sunglasses. I call them tints. Like, yo, where's my tints at? Where's my Ray Bans at? Where's that? Like,
Yeah.
so it's just another
100%.
like another hip name for like a pair of glasses. I call them tints. So I feel
Okay.
like it would just fit, because every time I go to a club, when I'm drunk or when I'm just in a good like vibe, or if I'm too like fucked up, I feel like my sunglasses or my tints, they hide how my face is. I'm just having a great
Honestly,
time.
I think that's just for everybody. Like
Yeah.
in that vibe when they're messed up, you want to have a
You just
pair
want
of
to have a
tints
pair of
on because
glasses
if not,
on.
you're gonna look
Yeah, you just
sloppy.
want tints
You're
on,
gonna look
man.
sloppy. It's just come on, chat. So that's pretty good. I like to hear that with tints and then how you did it and everything. Another question about tints. Like when you dropped it, what did you think compared to all your other music? And with this one, it's a why did you think it was gonna be different?
Because I actually, so when I was younger, I used to rap. You know,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
something
That's
completely. It
fire.
was different. Like I would, before Gatsby, there was Young Gatsby.
Young Gatsby, everybody, welcome to the chat.
Yeah, so I used to go by Young Gatsby, and I used to release rap music under Young Gatsby on my regular like SoundCloud. But I took all that off because I wanted to do something different. This is obviously in high school, and with bringing tints onto the album, it's like, okay, I'm bringing back my old self to this. I think it was just pretty cool. Like I said, taking
Yeah.
that risk and having something different on the album,
So
and
just
I
you
just
wanted
went with
something
that.
different on there besides
Yeah,
compared to your other
yeah,
shit.
like a little rap too. Like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
shit,
fire.
like
He does
this
it
is so.
both.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, he
different.
can do
It's
it both.
different. It's really
Okay,
different.
that's right. But yeah, so with Tints, yeah, Tints is actually one of my favorite songs on there. I really liked it, bro. You did a good job on
I
it. Like
appreciate that, man.
like hearing your voice on a song on your
It
own
was
track,
different.
it's way different. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it just I can see the development you have from there, and I can see the development you have from just beats, and it's just like it's a whole
I
different
appreciate
pathway. It's
that,
pretty
man.
fire. So now your next song we have is Mass Down featuring Laos. Now with Laos, who is Laos? We want to know who is your connection to Laos.
Yo, shout out Laos. That's my fucking boy, man. Honestly, I just like every other interaction, I met that kid at the club, bro. He was young when I met him, fresh face, you know, like he was just doing his thing. I heard about him. Like we honestly bonded over bass house music.
Oh, fire! I love bass house.
So when we had initially booked him, they told me, "Oh, like this is another bass house artist." I honestly don't know a lot of bass house artists in the IE or in LA. I don't really know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I met him and I saw him DJ. I'm like, wow, this kid's incredible. And literally off that small talk, we built a brand together. So when we DJ, we go back to back.
You guys have like a stage name? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, we actually go by Dead Homies when we're together.
Yeah, that's
yeah, literally like
Shout out
every
to
time,
Laos.
every time we hung out, we were like, oh, that's on Dead Homies. That's on Dead
That's how
Homies.
y'all got it.
And they were talking about a name, and he was like, fuck, like what should I name be? And it was stupid because like we were scrambling to find a name when it was right there the whole time from the beginning. Dead Homies.
Dead
And
Homies.
every time we go back to back, we do a bass house back to back, a Latin house back to back. We go by our aliases, Dead Homies. I think that's incredible. But bringing Mass down, the lyrics with that, it's supposed to be you and your homies. Like, oh, I pull it to the scene with my mask down. Girls have their tits, and I, you know, like exactly when you see the crowd, like obviously girls are dancing, you're with your homies. That's what I talk about in that song. Like you're basically just turning up with the homies with a mask down, and in that way, it's like, oh, when I sing mask down, it's like, oh, like okay, like I have this persona on, so I'm putting my mask down. I'm gonna be someone I'm not, or I might change who I am. So that's what it is.
Actually one of your performances where you actually wore a ski mask. Is this kind of how a vibe you're feeling with mask down? You pull down that ski mask and
exactly
get the show rocking.
Exactly, because I feel like sometimes when everyone's just staring at me, I'm like, oh fuck, there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
and then when I put on that mask down, it's like my persona. I'm doing something else. And obviously with Mask Down being a bass house song, it was kind of a different throw along with Bounce. But like I want to include my origin. Obviously, I'm not gonna stop doing bass house. I'm always gonna incorporate my love for bass house any way I can. So that's why I made Mask Down. And with Laos, I feel like it was just perfect. It was like it was chemistry. Like we had some like struggles trying to make the beat at first, but then like
that's where y'all connect.
Yeah, that's where we connected.
Help y'all grow better.
Yeah, exactly. And that chemistry just flew when we were in the studio, man. But I love that song.
All right, so yeah, we hit Mask Down with Laos. So now the next song that we have on your track is actually the voicemails interlude. So what is that about? Like, let us know what happened there and what is it about?
So well, at the end of Mask Down, it literally transitions into voicemail interlude. It's literally what it is. It's an interlude. That voicemail, I can't beat around the bush. That was a real voicemail that I actually had left. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
yeah. So
dang.
Yeah. Yeah. So I left that. That was a real voicemail, but I just swapped out the names.
Okay.
Because my character in the story, his name is Frank.
Yes, sir.
And then my love interest is Sam. So the reason why I did that, and the reason why I got the names, I got Frank from probably one of the greatest like musicians that I think has ever lived. Like one of the greatest, like at least how much I love jazz and like old music, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
So that's where I got Frank from. And then with Sam, when I see Sam, I picture like old movies. Like when I was very young, like I would watch old movies, and the norm was a pretty white girl with blue eyes and blonde hair. So that's how I picture Sam being that character, being her character.
Okay.
So I swapped out the character because it actually is the lore with Space Jam. That's who Frank's calling. He's calling his love interest. He's calling Sam. He's letting her know that he misses her. He's letting her know that he fucked up and he wants to try again. And I felt like I was also in that space. And with the transition for it being into the Space Jam's lore, what happens when you get fucked up at a club? What happens when you get messed up at a club?
I don't even know. If I'm being honest, there's a lot going on.
honestly, the first thing that comes to mind, I seen a lot personally, is people call their exes.
Oh
They
yeah,
leave a
hundred
voicemail. They
percent.
always call their exes.
Let's
Like,
shoot him a text right
yeah,
quick.
let's shoot him a text. Let me
Ah,
call him. Like, I
yeah.
missed him. Like, how? Like, that's
Let's see to respond.
exactly. So
Da-da-da. Yeah.
that's what I've seen. Like, I've seen people call their exes in the club when they're too fucked up. Like, they miss their person, and that's what Frank was feeling with Sam. He misses Sam, and that was kind of what I was going through at that time when I was making
The
this
album and
yeah
everything.
this
Yeah.
this album. So like
Heartbreak. So this kind of was that going
literally
towards that.
everything in this album I went through. So this album is like a part of me. So this whole thing is just me, you know?
Hey, that's fire. So after voicemail interludes, we go to, if I'm being honest, this is one of the best songs on the track. We have Long Nights, and it's featuring Maya Sarkeesian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like with that track, it's insane, if I'm being honest. Like the vocals, the whole track, and just mixing together. Like, how did you guys come together and find this is the one we want to do?
I just want to say shout out to Maya. Like she has an amazing voice. Like I really want to thank her for giving me the time and like
Shout out,
just
shout out.
yeah, shout out to her. Like she really did her thing when we came on this track. I actually met her early last year in 2025 when I DJ'd for Inertia. Shout out to Inertia too. We had this church event and we were just talking. I just DJ'd my set, and I was just hanging out with everyone. Obviously, we're in the back room and everything like that.
Yeah.
And here comes Maya. She was just like really giddy, really happy. She just brought
The
that
energy
really
was
yeah.
there.
That
Yeah,
energy was
mad
just
energy.
there.
That's good.
And we like she's like hi, nice to meet you. I'm Maya. I'm like oh like I just really liked her energy and
Yeah.
we introduced ourselves. I'm Gatsby. She's Maya, and then we talked. And then she's like, "Oh, I actually make music too." I'm like, "No way!"
Yeah, that's fire.
And then that's where we kind of got in
Yeah,
contact.
you guys got an interest, and
Yeah,
the contact can just come together and just
yeah,
create something like you guys did.
yeah. And then when I went home later that night and I looked her up, I'm like, "Yo, this she's amazing." Like I was like writing, like I was already writing Long Nights, but in a way I kind of didn't know where I was going with it. I was writing the lyrics, I was struggling a little bit with that, and when I met her, like, and I heard her vocals, I literally called her, like, I called her. I'm like, yo, I know who needs to be on this track. I know exactly who to call,
Yeah.
and I didn't hesitate. I called her. I let her know. I'm like, I really want to work on this track with you. I think you would be great. And in making this track, I was trying to get a flow of. You ever heard the song "Atmosphere" with Fisher?
I
You
think I've
got
heard
me
of it.
spinning in your
I think I've heard
atmosphere.
it before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure I
So
heard it before.
that was kind of what I was trying to get it to be like, but in like a sadder tone, you know.
Okay.
So with Long Nights, even the lyrics, it's like, it's been a long night and you've been on my mind. I've been calling on your phone just to get the dial tone. So just
She was going far, and I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie. The
yeah,
vocals
like
were so crazy.
no,
The
we
vocals
cooked on
were
that.
crazy.
Like we both worked
Take a
on
look at
those.
that song for sure.
No, we both worked on those lyrics, and it was just an amazing outcome with this song.
Like we say, like Long Nights, you and Maya, you guys collaborated, came together, found that thought, found that process, made the song. After you made the song with her, like, did you just think like, okay, we can add more to it, we can do better, add some effects, or did you guys just make it, created it, finalized it, and we're just like, this is the one?
No, honestly, like this is a song I sat on for almost like a good 5 6 months,
Why?
man. Cause like I knew this song. I feel like this is when I was making this song, and even after adding Maya on it, I'm like, this is gonna be the biggest song on my album. This is gonna be the song that kind of shoots my album out, and I feel like that's what it did. That song has a lot of plays on it.
It's very catchy.
No, I like it, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, like her vocals on there and just the whole vibe of the song coming together as one is just like you can play that in a car and you're just like it
It's
just
like,
catch
yeah.
a good vibe to it, and it's like late long nights on the road, like
And in that perspective, it's like also like that's why it after Frank calls her, this is supposed to be like Sam's point of view. Like now she's calling him, but now he's not picking up. So it's like they're both playing phone tag. And like she doesn't want to go home. She doesn't want to be alone. So she goes out to the club and dance and tries to lose herself in the music, but she can't. She misses her person. But so this is kind of like seeing it from the girl side now after seeing it from Frank's side.
okay.
Yeah,
That's fire. So like we have Long Nights as it's one of the best songs on there. If I'm being honest, like
I
it was a
appreciate you,
great
man.
collaboration with your girl Maya, and It's very fire. Now, like for your last song to finalize the whole entire album, we actually have Memories. So Memories, bro. Like this song to you, what is it? How did you want to end this? Why did you end this song with this song specifically? And what did you want the vibe to feel on this song?
So definitely with Memories, I feel like everyone has told me that this is probably the best song they ever heard
It's
from
a good
me.
song. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right behind Long Nights, or sometimes I hear Long Nights is their favorite, or Memories. Like out of those two,
Out
it's
of the two,
always
so that's the top two on the album. You would
yeah,
say?
yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
fire.
Out of those two, I feel like with Memories, I have a little deeper connection with that.
Why is that?
So the voicemail that's a real voicemail. That's actually my ex's voice, and I put that on the track. I put a lot of care and love into it because
Yeah,
I like she's a cool person. I have nothing negative to say about her.
yeah.
She's a great person, and I feel like at that time when we broke up, I didn't really have that closure. Before I even put it out, this is why I was sitting on it for so long. After we break up, we didn't really have
Like contact.
contact. We didn't
Yeah.
have contact. So I feel like, oh, I just want to make something because I'm feeling something. So I made this song with the feelings I was feeling because I couldn't talk to her. So this was kind of my let go process. And then eventually we did get back in contact. We weren't talking as much. She was actually the very first person to listen to that song, and I sent it to her. I asked how she felt about it. It wasn't. It's not supposed to be a diss song. It's not supposed to be a hating song. It's
Yeah.
not supposed to
I
be any of that
understand, bro.
shit. It's just supposed to be a
Understandable.
let go song. I do want to like thank her because, like I said, she was the first person to hear that song. I obviously got her permission if I can release that song. She loved it and she was okay with it. So I put that song out. But like I said, during that time, we didn't have that contact. So this was supposed to be my let go. So literally throughout the whole song, it's a timeline. It's a memory. So being that timeline, the first thing you hear is a voicemail. That's the last thing she ever left me.
Yeah.
Like telling me she misses me, she still thinks about me. But obviously we had that break and we didn't break contact, you know? And then the next memory being our 1 year anniversary. I took her on a date and I recorded it and I turned that into a clip. And then the memory after that, it's our very first Valentine's Day date. I took her to like a breakfast place right here in Upland. And then the last memory you hear is the first memory of each other is me recording us on our first date. And I just put it in the song because if you hear the song, it goes from like sad to kind of like a happy let go
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
So
100% it
even
does.
even even at the
Very smooth.
even at the last thing you hear is a breath, is like a sigh, but it's not supposed to be like it's supposed to be like it's
Yeah.
a
Like a
sigh
relief.
of yeah, it's not a relief
Sign of
like in
relief.
a bad way, but like
Yeah.
I let
Yeah.
go.
It's
This
just
is
like
this is my way of letting go. Like some people have different ways they cope in different processes. People hike, people go to the gym, and I feel like music is what I'm bounded to. So I made this song.
man. Honestly, bro, that's pretty fire. Like props to you. Like that's
Thank
so
you. So
fire.
yeah, that's like the whole breakdown of Space Jam,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
story is
By
and the
song by
background,
song,
man.
that's so fire, man. And honestly, like, so after everything, what is the story behind the album? Obviously, we know it's a heartbreak. Like, is that the main story behind it?
Yeah, so that's like the whole, like I said, that's the whole concept. Like you're basically going to a club to turn up, you're going through a heartbreak and everything like that. So you have fun with your friends, you eventually call your ex, leave a voicemail, and then you guys are playing phone tag, and then at the end of it, ending it with memories is kind of that let
Just
go.
letting go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fire, man. So like in the album, we know it's like it's a hard process. You're doing a lot of things. What was the hardest thing about the album to create, or just the hardest thing in general?
Damn, I think the hardest thing was like my timing. Trying to find
Mm,
the time to work on music because I am busy. I do work a lot, and but I have a passion for this. Like I love doing this, and I feel like this is the greatest part of me. But finding that time to do it and like sit down and do it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to make the music and be like, oh, it's a job. I have to do this. Like, no, I want to be like, okay, I want to do this.
it's a
I want to have.
passion. You
It's a
want to, yeah,
passion.
you want
It
to
shouldn't
do it for
feel
fun.
like
It shouldn't feel
making.
like an obligation.
It shouldn't feel like a job. I shouldn't be like, oh, damn, I have to do this. No, it's like, damn, like I want to do
Yeah,
this. So
100%.
obviously, I was going through like a little funk, and that's why it took a little bit of time to work on it. But I got it out, and I'm in love with how it came out to
That's
be.
fire. Honestly, 10 out of 10, bro. It's a great album. Like I really messed with it. So like with the album, what do you think? Since you went over the hardest part, what's the easiest part when you were making it?
The story.
The story.
I feel like the story was the easiest part because it's literally an embodiment of me. It's what I went through. Like everything that Frank went through, I went through. I literally did everything. I turned up with friends. I did this. I called my ex. I think we're all guilty of that. Like we
At
have
least
done that
one time,
before.
man. At least one time. That's great, man. And honestly, we all go through these stories, and it's great how you had a story and you were able to implement that into your very own album.
Yeah.
While doing that, like while making the album, what did you enjoy the most about it? Like, what just gave you the most happiness about it?
Honestly, the collabs. I really want to shout out to everyone that helped me make this album. Like, I want to shout out Maya. I want to shout out Laos. I want to shout out Andre. I want to shout out Nova King. I want to shout out Q. I even want to shout out you, bro. You guys helped me a lot with this album, and it like doing the collabs with this album. I'm like, yo, this album is gonna be great. The producing, the production around it, like even you helping me with like tints on my vocals and everything like that, and then Nova working on the vocals and making them auto tune, like
fire. Just a
like
creative process.
yeah, just the creative process, just being able to work. I love working with people. I feel like getting in a room with like-minded individuals. It's very creative. I love that. Even with my boy Alex. Shout out to Alex. He's behind the camera right now, man.
Camera, yeah.
I will never ever go to anyone else for art. Like every art, every single that I've dropped, he's been the mind behind it. He's been able any thought that I have, I tell him and he brings it to life. Like I never had to stumble or explain further than a fucking post it.
Yeah.
And he just does it for me.
Hey, shout out Alex or
yeah, shout out Alex, man. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you.
All right, so with this album, like you have a whole bunch of songs. What's your favorite? We all gotta know.
Oh man, my favorite. I think my favorite song. That's tough. That's a really tough. I feel like it's so hard to like pick a favorite. I would honestly have to say maybe Long Nights is my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite track. Yeah, it's my favorite track. Like I put a lot of effort into that song and did a lot of I did a lot with it, and that's my favorite song.
Hell yeah. All right, man. So coming up to one of my last questions I have for you, what was your main inspiration behind the album?
Dude, do you know how long I've been waiting for someone to ask me this?
Oh man.
I'm in love with space. Like I love anything about space, Galaxy and everything. But also like the biggest inspiration is honestly Cowboy Bebop. Like that's probably the most badass anime I've ever seen. Like just the story behind it with Spike and just his whole crew and everyone, and them going on adventures, getting bounties and everything. So that's what kind of Frank is. He's going into Space Jams, but what Space Jam is, it's not only just a club; it's a bounty hunter club.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of got that inspiration from that, and it just helped actually motivate my whole story. I feel like I've always been great at storytelling. I feel like that's always been a part of me. And like listening to other people do it, like Logic did it with the Incredible True Story. Kendrick Lamar did it. J. Cole did it for For Your Eyes Only. Kanye West does it for College Dropout. It's always skits. There's always a main story behind it, and I just got a lot of inspiration. So I put that together, obviously with Cowboy Bebop, with Space, and everything I know, and I just kind of put that all together and made the story and continue. I'm gonna drop something eventually soon.
Oh, we're ready.
So
let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited. So just continuing the story even more than what it is. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop, man, I love that shit so much. Man.
Honestly, like great inspiration, like how that you thought of that and you kind of just had your own thought of it and put your mind process towards this album. It came out great, bro. Like
thank you, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, dog.
Coming to my last question, bro. I'm sorry to like bring it back and everything like that, but like we were talking about your very last song, Memories, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Who's the girl on the memory, the voicemail? Who's the voicemail? Who is that?
Yo, did you guys approve this? I thought that was supposed to be on the. No, I don't think that wasn't on the questions, bro. That I got. I don't think you're supposed to ask that.
My bad, bro. I mean, if you want to talk about it, like no worries,
Nah, man. I don't think that's cool. They gave you like a list, man. You're not supposed to talk about that, dude.
Bro, yeah, I didn't even bring that up.
Nah, man. Thank you, everyone. Just want thank you, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah.
I'm kind of done, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Hey. Welcome to Interstellar News.